Good day viewers, you are welcome to today's lesson. Kindly follow my page and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more exciting videos. Today I'll be sharing the knowledge on how to factorize any form of quadratic expression. Now before we go to the method, let's take a recall on our usual factorization of quadratic expression. Now we are having x squared plus 5x plus 6. How do we factorize this? We multiply the first term here, which is x squared, by the what? The third term, that gives us plus 6x squared. Then we look for two terms that if you multiply, you are going to have plus x squared, and if you add it, you are going to have plus 5x. And that gives us 2x multiplied by 3x. Then we replace this term at the middle with these two terms, that is x squared plus 2x plus 3x plus 6. So I will replace this 5x with what? 2x plus 2x and what? Plus 3x. Then I pair these two, this and this together, this and this together. Now what is common in this? X is common. Then open a bracket, x squared divided by x, that's x. 2x divided by x, and that is 2. Then the first thing that is common here is the sign, that is plus. So what else is common? That's 3. 3x divided by 3, that's x, plus 6 divided by 3, that's plus 2. So these two, they are the same. So you pick one of them, x plus 2. Then the one outside, you combine them as well, x plus 3. Now this is the answer to this expression. This can as well be solved in another way. How do we solve that? Now to solve this question in another form, I'm going to use the knowledge of completing the square method. Using completing the square method. Now, how do I go about that? The first thing I need to check is the coefficient of x squared. Once the coefficient of x squared is 1, then I can proceed to the next step. Since the coefficient of x squared here is 1, I can proceed next step. But if the coefficient of x squared here is more than 1, we have to factorize that coefficient from these two expressions. We factorize that coefficient out from these two expressions. That is x squared and what? Plus 5x. But this is 1, so I can proceed. So how do I go about this? The first thing, I have to make this term at the middle. I have to make it what? Square. So that I can pair the answer with this x squared. So how do I go about that? I look for 1 over half of the coefficient of x, that is 5. Then I square it. And that gives us this 5 over 1. 1 times 5, that is 5. 2 times 1, that's 2. Then you square. So what I will need to do now is I will now add this expression to this term, to this value to this expression, and at the same time I will subtract it from this expression again. So I am adding this value and I'm subtracting it again in this expression. Then I have x squared plus 5x plus this 5 over 2 all square. Then I will as well minus it, minus 5 over 2 all square. Then my plus 6. Now if you check from here, if I terminate this, I'm still having my word expression back. So what I need, I'm not going to terminate it, but what I want to do is I have to pair this one that is already square with this one, and that will give me x plus 5 over 2 all square. So these are been replaced with this. Then I have minus this 5 square. I will have to expand, simplify it. That is 5 square is 25. Then 2 square is 4 plus 6 over 1. Now another way of writing this is x plus 5 over 2 all square. This, if this multiplied out with minus, I have plus minus 25 over 4 minus affecting this value plus 6 over 1. Then I have x plus 5 over 2 all square plus, I'm going to find the LCM of this. That's 4. 4 divided by 4, that's 1. 1 times minus 25 minus 25 plus 4 divided by 1, that's 4. 4 times 6, that's 24. So I then have x plus 5 over 2 all square, then minus 25 plus 24, that's minus 1, times this plus 1 here, that is minus 1 over 4. Now I have to make this difference of 2 square, and that can be done here. First of all, I'm going to have x plus 5 over 2 all square. Now another way of writing is minus square root of 1 over 4 all square. So if I move this square will cancel this square root, I have this back. So just another form. So now x plus 5 over 2 all square, the square root of 1, that's 1, the square root of 4, that's 2 all square. Now it has given me difference of 2 square. So I now pick the negative part, x plus 5 over 2 minus 1 over 2. Then the positive part, x plus 5 over 2 plus 1 over 2. So I have x 5 over 2 minus 1 over 2 will give us 4 over 2. 4 divided by 2, and that is 2. Then we have x 5 over 2 plus 1 over 2, that's 6 over 2. 6 divided by 2, and that gives us plus 3. So now we have gotten the same answer we have at the other time. So this expression can be factorized using computation method, and this method can be used to factorize any form of quadratic expression. Let's take a look at this example. If you have x squared plus 4x plus 1, if you have to factorize normally, you cannot factorize. But using this method I just use now, I can get the answer to this. What I would do is, see the coefficient of x squared here is what? 1. So I have to make this term and the middle be square so that I can pair them together. That will, I'll look for half of the coefficient of x here, 1 over 2 times 4. Then I square it. That give me 2 here 1, 2 here 2. That's 2 is over 2. So I'm going to add this value to this expression, and at the same time I'm going to what? Minus it in this expression. So that will be x squared plus 4x plus 2 raised power 2 minus 2 raised power 2 plus 1. So as I cancel this, I'll see how this back. So this I will take, it has become this. So I pair these two together, x plus 2 all square. So this one will give me 2 square is 4 plus 1. So I have x plus 2 all square minus times it, that's minus 4 plus 1. So I have x plus 2 all square minus 3. Then we have to make this one difference of 2 square. The same thing as x plus 2 all square minus square root of 3 all square. Square root of 3 all square. Now it's now difference of 2 squares. So I take the negative part where x plus 2 minus root 3 all into bracket, then x plus 2 plus root 3 into bracket, and this is the factorization of this expression. Now let's have another one. Now This is another one, 3x squared plus 4x minus 9. How do we factorize this? Now this time around, you see that the coefficient of x squared is 3. So the first thing you need to do, you have to make this coefficient 1. So how do you go about that? You factorize 3 out from these two x squared 2 times. That is 3. Normally 3 is not common, so you factorize that. 3x squared divided by 3, you are left with x squared. 4x divided by 3, you are left with 4 over 3x. Then minus 9. And this is similar to the one I've been doing. Since the coefficient of x is 1. So I then make this term here to make it square so that I can pair them together. Then I'll do the same thing, 1 over 2 times 4 over 3. That's coefficient of x. Then you square it. 2 here 1, 2 here 2. And this has given us 2 over 3 all square. 2 over 3 all square. So now I will as well add this value to this expression and as well minus from the expression. By 3x squared plus 4 over 3x plus 2 over 3 all square minus 2 over 3 all square into bracket minus 9. So then we now have 3 into this has become this. So we pair this together, that is x plus 2 over 3 all square. Then this will give us 2 raised to power 2, that is 4, 3 raised to power 2, that is 9, then minus 9. Now, I then remove the bracket, this large bracket, that this one multiplied by this will give me 3 into bracket x plus 2 over 3 all square. Then this time this, I'm going to have 4 over 3. This multiplied by this, I'm going to have 4 over 3 minus 9 over 1. So the same thing, I'm going to have 3 into bracket x plus 2 over 3 all square. Now this minus will affect this, and this is now plus minus 4 over 3 minus 9 over 1. The same thing. So I have 3 into x plus 2 over 3 square. Then I find the LCM. LCM of 3 and 1, that's 3. 3 divided by 3, that's 1. 1 times this, minus 4. 3 divided by 1, that's 3. 3 times 9, minus 27. Then I have 3 into x plus 2 over 3 all square. Minus 4 minus 27, that's minus 31. Multiplied by this plus here, minus 31 over 3. So now we have to make them difference of 2 square. Now for me to make this one, I have to make this one 2 to the square. That will give me root 3 square into bracket x plus 2 over 3 square. Then this one, to make it square, give me square root of 31 over 3 all square. That's 31 over 3. I cancel 2 here, cancel, I'll say I have my 31 over 3. Now this can be combined like by this. 3x plus 2 over 3 all square minus square root of 31 over 3 all square. Then it can now become difference of 2 square. So I combine them together, taking the negative first, that's 3x plus 2 over 3 minus root 31 over 3. That's the first one. Then the positive one, I'm going to the same thing, root 3x plus 2 over 3, then positive this time around, root 31 over 3. And that is the final answer. So if we expand this, we are going to have this expression back. So this method can be used to solve any problem on quadratic expression, only one that you cannot be factorized easily. Use this method, you'll get your answer. Don't forget to subscribe and follow my page for more exciting videos. Bye bye.